Here live.
All right, thank you. All right, good afternoon. I want to thank you all for setting time aside today for today's special call meeting on such short notice. However, we have an important matter on today's agenda that I believe has to be finalized by staff on today's to execute, so we can execute the search. All right, on the CRC, we're gonna need to go ahead and finalize that executive on the for the paratransit services with the CRC.
Just a note on this. Notice that came up is Eric, who's recording this meeting?
Eric Curl.
Okay, because it says the host or a participant. So I just wanted to make sure.
All right. So before we go into today's agenda, we're gonna make a roll call. Beverly?
Yes, yes, sir. Director Emister?
Clinton, you got to unmute.
All right, I see you, Director Emister. Thank you. Director Odell?
Here.
Thank you. Director Stone?
Present.
Director Lockett? Thank you. Director Lockett?
Beverly.
Director Adams?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Present.
Director Leggett?
Present.
Director O'Halloran?
Present.
Chairman Cody?
Present.
Thank you, Chairman. You have a quorum on the board. And
Thank you.
Director O'Halloran, that's the second recording is coming from my end.
Okay, that's the first time I've seen it pop up.
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking.
All right, thank you. I'd like to ask for a motion and a second for the adoption of today's special call meeting agenda for December the 2nd, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Beverly?
Yes, sir. All righty. Director Emister?
Yes.
Thank you. Director Odell?
Yes.
Thank you. Director Stone?
Yes.
Thank you. Director Lockett? Director Adams?
Kenny,
Okay, I think he's
now he's unmuted.
Director Adams? It might have frozen.
Yeah, it could be. He hasn't moved.
I'll come back to Director Adams. Thank you. Director Robinson?
Present. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Director Leggett?
Yes.
Director O'Halloran?
Yes.
Chairman Cody?
Yes.
Director Adams? Okay, well, motion passed without Director Adams.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
All right, we have one item for board action. Can I get a motion and a second and have discussion?
Motion that we accept the proposal for
CRC.
CRC. I forgot what.
Second.
Second. Okay.
very good.
All right. Beverly?
Okay. Any discussion on that item, Chairman?
I got Dr. Robinson.
Do we have to vote on it? Do we need to vote?
We're gonna we're gonna have to vote on this today.
Okay, no, but anyway, I have a question on items number 2, number 4, and number 12. Okay, on number 2, the service gonna be provided. Does that mean that other than cat riders, other riders will be on that same bus?
Gertrude, there's something wrong with your speaker.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We can't understand what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
You sound
No.
like static. We don't understand what you're saying.
It's no better now?
Director Robinson, you might want to back up from the mic. It just sounds like it might be blown out a little bit.
What about now?
Yeah,
That's
and
better.
I think that's better.
don't take this the wrong way, but talk a little quieter. That might help. It just sounds like if the mic is a little blown out.
And don't get offended if we ask you to leave the room and talk.
Anyway, can you hear me now?
Talk really lightly. It just seems like it's picking up everything a
I,
lot.
what I'll do is I'll get another device. I'll let somebody else do it. I'll come back. I'll come back in.
Maybe, okay.
Did anybody
Iowa
get, what
Whisper?
numbers were they, Gertrude?
She,
2,
she
4, and
lost.
12? I don't know, Andrew. Do you know what she's questioning?
Can you, I said 2, 12, and 4.
Dr. Robinson, it's your earbuds. It's picking up everything, and that's what it is.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, whoever told me that. Thank you.
Welcome.
One of them are
Number 2, I
under
was
60.
asking, does that mean that we'll have other passengers other than CAT passengers on the buses?
I think we're
That a-
renting the vehicle exclusively for CAT
No, I
services.
can't.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's for exclusive use for CAT only, not any other outside vendor or outside passengers.
Dr. Robinson, may I ask which topic in number 2 are you making reference to?
I think she wanted to know if anybody but CAT passengers would be on the vehicles at the same time.
Well, you know, the CAT ride guide does provide for those to assist those passengers. So, but they would all be under the services of CAT.
Yeah, I think that's what she was worried about, that a passenger that's not under CAT's control is on the bus.
Oh, no.
Although she's not back on, but that's what it sounded like to me, what she was asking.
Because they
And
are
we're renting
allowed.
the vehicle, the driver, and we have the vehicle for the whole day, so no one else will be getting on but our passengers.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna come back in case that doesn't answer her question.
And
Do
we,
we have
and,
anybody else with any questions? I got Director Odell until Dr. Robinson get back.
and we haven't made any changes to it since the last time Shay made her changes to it.
No, yeah, we haven't made any changes to it.
Okay, and Shay, you're comfortable with everything that's in here?
I am. We can clarify in that if it says open to other eligible public riders, we can certainly say that those, by that we mean CAT public riders, that this isn't going to be other, other transit agency or CRC riders, that it's mostly it's to intend that it's not going to be just one person in there, that you could have multiple people that are all CAT folks, similar to what Dr. O'Halloran said, but we can make a clarification on that.
Why don't we clarify it so that, it's
That's
a really good prenup.
But everybody on our legal team's okay with the rest other than that minor modification?
I had one more question. How quickly are they supposed to start? Once we
Well,
sign it?
Yes, ma'am. As soon as we sign, we are in agreement with the contract. After the board reviews it and approves it, then we have already sent it to their legal department. They're good with everything. So we'll be able to hopefully implement service with them next week.
Excellent.
And there was one more question I had about the reporting. Are we giving them the format? I didn't see where we talked about the format. Are we giving them the format we wanted sent in?
We have not come to a meeting of the minds, if you will, of how they're going to be reporting. We wanted to make sure that this was approved by the board, and then we'll meet for those final touches.
Yeah, I think we can certainly keep track of the billable hours by the time that we actually give them manifests and sign off, sign on. So we'll have back, be able to back channel whatever they bill us for.
Well, internally, we've already discussed how we're going to provide them with the manifest the day before for their passengers, so they know who they'll be picking up the day before. So we'll be able to track that.
And that'll include beginning and end time, because we'll
Yes.
have times for that. And that's what we really need to bill. I see Dr. Robinson's back. I know she had two other questions on 4 and 12, but I don't know what they were. I only got that first one. Yep, there she is. Dr. Robinson, you had a couple more questions?
I didn't hear the answer to number 2.
Yeah, it's exclusively CAT passengers, and if it doesn't say that, they're going to add it to the contract.
Because it reads that the service offered to CAT will be an extension of the CRC's regional rural public transit system and open to other eligible public riders. So that wording to me would be confusing unless one of the attorneys can help me with that.
Sure, Dr. Robinson, we'll clarify that when CRC is offering services to CAT, it's going to be to CAT, even if they have multiple CAT riders on there. But what it was really intended to be is that we weren't taking over all of CRC, that they're still free to go, do their other services for whatever else they're doing. But we can clarify that when you're providing CAT services on that vehicle, you're going to be providing CAT services.
Yeah, we have exclusivity.
Okay, yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, because that statement does not say it's exclusively CAT to me.
Okay, we can make that a little more clear.
All right, and then number 4, and this is more of a finance question. I calculated it to be $46,800 from January to June, or from December to June. Is that pretty much right? About $50,000 would be the amount of the contract.
That's an estimated amount, Dr. Robinson.
Right at about 50, if we don't go over, it'll be about $50,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's within the budget, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's covered with savings.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's covered with driver savings, vacancies in driver positions.
Yeah, we bill at 122 an hour for services, and they're billing us at 30. So it's a pretty significant savings over those next 6 months for us.
Since I moved around, it was number 12 that I had a question on, and I can't put my hand on that sheet. But anyway, okay, those were the 2 questions I had. I just don't want to hold you up anymore.
Would you like me
We
to
need
read
to
that?
get that out if you have a question. We don't want it to be
Would you like
doubt.
me to read, Dr. Robinson, would you like me to read number 12?
Yeah, 12 says, in the performance of this contract, neither CRC nor CAT will discriminate, and it's based on the prospective DBE plans. Now, when it says respective, how do we know how one plan differs from the other? And how do we know that if their plan is different, that it does coincide with ours?
The plans don't have to match, but certainly if it was something where we said we're trying to meet this goal of our plan, it's the parties are going to cooperate. It doesn't mean that the parties have to have identical plans, and certainly they could make their plans known to one another.
So are we saying that the CRC should have minority drivers? I know the customers will be mixed, but are we saying in order to satisfy DBE that they should have so many drivers that are minorities?
I don't think we have a right to tell them what to do with their drivers at this point. We're only renting services from them as a subcontractor.
I got that. I got that part. My question, when we say that they will have a DBE plan, I'm just questioning, what does that look like? I know they don't have to be identical, but what particular things are usually in the DBE plan that would satisfy CAT? Because I mean, it's number 12 is in here.
I think, Dr. Robinson, that it's basically addressing the need for reporting purposes, reporting minority participation. So that would be, I guess it would be able to allow CRC to report as well as CAT to report those numbers for those customers that are being served.
So it's
Now,
customers
legal,
and not
Shane
employees.
or Andrew can correct me if I'm wrong.
So we're talking customers and not employees?
I don't think it's employees because we don't have any jurisdiction over their employees and how they can report or what they do report with their employees, only when they're providing the service to us.
And I'm only bringing this up because it is a point in the contract.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think if it's there, it needs to be clear that whatever we're liable for, responsible for reporting or whatever, it should be pretty clear exactly what we're looking for from CRC that matches what we're doing based on what this is saying. Whatever those goals are. I don't know what these goals are.
I think the DBE has to be included in all our contracts, but since they're the only vendor that was able to provide the service, I don't think it applies here, but it has to be part of all of our contracts according to the FTA. That we have to have recognize that, other businesses can apply.
Yeah, but what I'm looking at, Dr. Hallen, is the wording. It says additionally, the CRC and CAT shall cooperate in meeting the goals of their prospective DEB plans. So, undoubtedly there's some goal.
It says respective, which means that both have different plans.
Right.
And you're supposed to follow we gotta follow our plan,
Right.
and they gotta follow their plan.
Right. So, and I guess for the attorneys, we don't need to specify what those goals are in this contract.
I don't think so. I mean, the contractual duty is a duty to cooperate.
Right.
So in other words, it's a duty not to impede or not to frustrate the other party's DBE goals. So, as long as, both sides commit to cooperating, there's not much to it, right, Shay? I mean,
yeah, it's a cooperation. So if we said we need to get certain information, or this is what we're trying to do, that's the contractual obligation is a cooperation, not that you have to meet someone else's plan or change your own.
But that's the only question I have. But yeah, I vote for it. I just want to make sure I was clear on what we were actually
of course
signing up for.
Yep.
Okay, what I'm asking, was there a goal set for this contract? Okay.
Do we have any more discussion? All right, I believe Beverly, you can go into a roll call vote. Well, vote.
Just a note too, Beverly, Bobby Lockett is on now. Where'd Beverly go? You taking a vote, Beverly?
Come on. She's having some technical problems. She's just.
Sorry.
Oh, here's Beverly coming out of the weeds again.
So we're voting on the CRC contract.
Yes,
Director Emister,
Glenn.
Director Emister. Okay, we'll come back to Director Odell,
Yes.
Director Stone,
Yes.
Director Lockett,
You're muted, Bobby.
Oh, there he comes. That looks like a thumbs up.
okay, thank you. Director Adams,
Yes.
okay, Director Robinson,
Yes.
Director Leggett,
Yes.
Director O'Halloran,
Absolutely.
Chairman Cody.
Yes.
Thank you. Director Emister, he's back on. Okay. Chairman, motion passed.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is executive session for personnel matters. Do we have a motion and a second and any discussion?
I'll motion.
Second. You have any
Okay.
discussion? All right, I believe you're gonna beam us into the executive session.
Okay, I'll do a roll call for that, sir. Thank you. Director Emister,
He might be working at the store.
okay. Director Odell, thank you, Dr. O'Halloran. Director Odell,
Yes.
Director Stone,
Yes.
Director Lockett,
Yes.
okay. Director Adams,
Yes.
Director Robinson. Yes, thank you, Director Robinson. Director Leggett,
Yes.
Director O'Halloran,
Yes.
and Chairman Cody.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. I just need 60 seconds and I'll start the breakout room. Thank you. Okay. I just got to figure out this out.
She just needs a few seconds to try to figure out what happened with her equipment.
There we go.
Has everybody made it back? Looks like it. All right, we good, Beverly?
Yes, sir. We're good. We're recorded.
All right. Now that we have entered back to open session, I want to announce that there were no votes or action taken during the closed session. With that said, do we have any old or new business at this time? All right, I want to thank everybody for a great day. Actually, I think we all got a lot done and a lot learned, and we look forward to moving in the positive direction. I will be sending out a memo no later than tomorrow to address some of the things that we discussed today in open session, and some things that I have on my mind that I want to implement on some more committees and things of that nature. All right, thank everybody for the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.